FaZe, Rain, and Grace finally decided to meet up and settle their differences. But sadly, that's not what happened at all. Quite frankly, the quite opposite happened. It made things worse. How did such a thing happen? Well, slow down there, partner. Hold your horses, okay? We'll get there. But first, I gotta go ahead and give some people out there some backstory and even inform those of the people out there that probably lived under a rock. What is FaZe Clan? What is this FaZe you speak of? Well, ladies and gentlemen, FaZe, back in my time, FaZe was a big deal. It was a huge thing. It was basically just a whole group of people that would do trick shots in Call of Duty. They were able to go from that and transition into this big enterprise, this big time brand that have moved on to ventures such as esports. They have a whole esports team. Oh, and they even have a public stock. You can invest in the stock market at Wall Street in FaZe. Which I should say, by the time of me making this video, if you go ahead and look at their stock, it's not doing well. It has dropped down tremendously, and if I can be honest with you guys, I think that's a perfect depiction on how the FaZe brand has been going as of late. Has just been going on a downward trajectory. Why is that the case? Well, I'll inform you my reasons why I think that's the case. But first, let me go ahead and tell you how we got to where we are right now. So one day, right, FaZe wanted to throw out a temp check, right? Wanted to see what the vibes were like if they were to, hypothetically, right, add a girl to the team. Like, well, what's everybody's feelings on it? So they went on their Twitter account and decided to post, "We want more women in FaZe Clan." So not too long after that tweet was posted, one of the founding fathers, the original OG founders of FaZe, decided to ruin the surprise by posting underneath it, spoiler alert, it's Grace. And the only reason I heard was because she was on one episode of Stranger Things. Man, don't you hate that? I hate when people be spoiling stuff, bro. Like, can I experience it myself? Can you not wait for me to see it with my own two eyeballs? Can I get that moment to where I can hear it and see for the I hate spoil. Like, y'all don't understand the amount of things that has been spoiled to me. A bunch of anime endings, a bunch of pivotal moments. Like, oh, I can't. This not the video for that. My bad, y'all. So after that, the next day they post that Grace is a part of FaZe now. She's FaZe Grace now, all right? She gets introduced into the squad. And instead of getting like this outpour of love and saying, "Hey, you go sis, girl boss, period." Nope, she just got a crap ton of hate for being a part of FaZe, for being added to the team. And the reason for that is because people making her the scapegoat on why FaZe has, dare I say, fall from grace. Thank you. I know, I'll be here all day. Pun intended. It's crazy that they're pulling all the onus on Grace for the fact that FaZe might be going belly up very soon, man. Like if I can be honest with you guys, if I can be frank, hot take, I don't think she deserves it. I don't think she's the main reason why FaZe is going down the trajectory it's going, okay? I'm just gonna put myself on the limb and say that. Even though she's not the main problem, I will say she is a part of the problem though, but hear me out. The reason I say that is because FaZe has been showing this pattern of adding people to the team that literally has nothing to do with their brand. They only adding people all because their name holds weight. They got a little bit of cachet on them. Like, for example, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is a part of FaZe. What does Snoop Dogg have to do with FaZe? And the crazy thing is, that's not my problem. That's not my beef at all, man. The problem I have is that not only that they added him to the team, but they also put him on the board of directors. Yes, I know. What has Snoop Dogg done to deserve that type of authority? And that's not even the worst part, ladies and gentlemen. The worst part is they not only threw the bag at him and gave him stock options, they also gave Snoop Dogg's son the bag and stock options as well. Like, dog, am I missing something? Why y'all going to that extent to lock down Snoop Dogg? What am I missing through all? When I learned about that, I was so confused. Like, why are you backing up the Brinks truck for Snoop Dogg? Like, you guys see what I mean? And in return for them literally giving them the whole shebang, all Snoop Dogg did in his reign of being a part of FaZe was literally stream a handful of times. Half of those times, if you literally go back to the VOD and watch him, there's no audio. It's just quiet. It's just Snoop playing Madden, man. Nothing. And when he finally got his audio situation fixed, he literally one time he was playing, he was done playing, and he left the room without pressing stop streaming. And he didn't stop stream until the next day.
Bitch, if I have to, you know why. Am I still streaming? I would hope not.
Like, ladies and gentlemen, that is the guy. That's the guy right there that FaZe backed up the whole Brinks truck for. That's the guy. That's the guy that they gave him stock options and a whop ton of money. That's the same guy they gave him a seat at the board of directors. Like, that's not gonna help your company at all. You're at a loss at that point, right? And on top of that, it doesn't help the fact that you do esports, which, if you do a quick Google search, is not profitable at all. So you're just losing money not only on the talent that you put on board, but also in your ventures. And please don't get me started on that crypto coin they try to push out when they were trying to save the kids. Like, don't make me laugh, man. Y'all weren't trying to save the kids. It was exposed that you weren't. The only thing y'all were trying to do was save y'all pockets. Like, did y'all know Kyler Murray was a part of FaZe? I bet you didn't. Do you know what Kyler Murray has done since he's been a part of FaZe? The only thing Kyler Murray has done as being a part of FaZe is post a tweet. That's it, bro. They're just giving out free money, bro. If you have a name, FaZe is gonna give you some. Lil Yachty's a part of FaZe. Did you know that? Like, do you guys see what I mean, man? Like, let's not paint out Grace to be the person that is the root of all FaZe problem. No, she's just a minute sector of the problem as a whole. But yeah, everyone was bagging on her, hating on her, one of them being FaZe Rain. FaZe Rain decided to post a video of his response to Grace's response to all the hate that she's getting. And here's said response.
So, get fucking wrecked.
Oh my God. I just can't compete with that, man. I can't. She roasted me. It's over. Grace, I'm sorry. All I want to say is you're golden Valorant. Make Stranger Things your entire personality, even though you're only on one episode. You found out about Twitch through Tumblr. Not only have you not hit a trick shot, but you don't even know what the fuck that is. When you were still playing with Barbies, I made my first million out of this industry. And on top of it, you're excruciatingly mid who I would never let touch me on my drunkest night.
Okay, all right. Like, I didn't have a problem with the beginning part of what you were saying, man. I was like, hey, go off, sis. Go, queen. Do your thing. Period. But then you got to the end, man, which was very cringe. You didn't have to add that. You didn't have to say that at all, bro. Like, come on, that's such a childish thing to say, bro. Like, how old is we? Like, you really shouldn't make things personal, man, because the second it takes that turn, hey, it's all hands on deck at that point, man. Anything goes. So after I heard that, I was salivating at the chops waiting for Grace's response. And Grace finally responded, and it was everything I was expecting and a lot more.
He says that I don't even know what a trick shot is. You're right, I don't. And I know that that's kind of what you're known for, but I know you, Rain, as the person who almost overdosed on a live stream. And I know that you're better now, and I'm really proud of you for that. I am, because I grew up with a mom heavily into drugs, and you know those things when you're little, the things that you would make wishes on, like when you're driving under a tunnel and you make a wish, or you make a wish on a dandelion, or you make a wish on a shooting star, anything like that. I made all of my wishes growing up that my mom would get better and stop doing drugs, but she didn't. So I am proud of you for getting better, but don't come after me for not knowing what a trick shot is, man.
Yes, I know, man. Hey, there are some people, when you go low, they go lower. Like me personally, like if I'm beefing with someone, I'm not pulling out the, hold on, like, I might not know what a trick shot is, but did you almost OD on a stream though? Nah, that was crazy, man. But I will say the only problem I did have is the fact that she didn't stand on her 10, bruh. She was trying to save face, man. I was so disgusted. She was like, yeah, but did you OD though? Whoa, before you guys cancel me, whoa, let me explain why I brought that up. Chill. The reason I said that is because I'm proud of who you've become. I was like, oh my gosh, bruh. Oh, stand on your 10, bruh. Stop trying to show compassion, but yet you still trying to shade him low key. Okay, go full out. Hey, let him know he almost OD. You almost died on camera, gang. I never done that. Hey, I might not know what a trick shot is, but I'd rather that than almost dying on camera. Like, we're not dumb, man. We know the games you're trying to play, bro. You're trying to save your face by putting all of those. No, I'm not having it. Stand on it. So yeah, after that, later on, not later on in the day, but like a couple days later, FaZe Clan posted a tweet saying, yeah, me and Grace are trying to meet up and hash out a conversation between each other, which was great to hear. Hopefully they're able to, settle the differences that they have between each other. But sadly, the tweet that followed after that was a picture of them, smiling, laughing, pointing at each other like at those sitcoms, like, haha, right? And the caption said, yeah, everything went left after this. And me and a bunch of other people were curious. We were wondering, what happened? What caused it to go left after this? You guys look so happy. You guys are smiling, pointing at each other like y'all little friends. Like, come on, looks like y'all having a good time. What happened? And I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. We weren't left in the dark for too long because he dropped the video, and man, I'll just show it for you guys, man. Here's the video right here.
How dare you? How dare you bring up the worst time in my life? I'm fucking hurt. How dare you? It's like, what are we talking about? I'm fucking hurt. I almost died. And I called you mid and you responded something that almost took my life, that almost left my mom without a son and support. See, I can play that fucking game all day.
I'm an actor too, bitch.
Fuck that game. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, how could you let other people hurt your feelings? Do you not believe in yourself? Are you not a confident woman? You should be. You should be. You've accomplished great things. You should feel confident in yourself.
Am I
Fuck
not
all
a
that.
confident woman? You don't know me.
So then how's this hurting your feelings? If I call you mid, you should be like, fuck him. Who cares what I say? And if you bring up my drug past, are you getting emotional?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just speaking the truth. I don't want you to get emotional.
I don't like you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just being very logical. I understand how you feel, but you brought things up against me. How do you expect me to
I think you're a
react?
terrible person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's pulling the acting shit out now. Because I said that
Pulling the acting shit out now?
How am I a terrible person for what?
Pulling the acting
How
shit
am I a
out
terrible
now.
person? Explain.
I don't owe you an explanation, actually.
And I owe you an explanation.
Macho, tell Vera that I'm not doing this video, and if they release anything, then I'm leaving, please.
Get fucking wrecked.
Okay, I will say FaZe Clan has a point. I understand what he's saying in principle, right? Like, you're achieving so much. You know the star that you have become? Like, no bozo like FaZe Clan should get you up off your pedestal all because he called you mid. Like, I understand that sentiment. But I'm not saying it's for this case. I'm just talking about it in the grand scheme of things. People have insecurities, boys and girls, all right? The fact that you have money, the fact you have achieved a whole bunch of crap is not gonna change that. The only way you can change that is if you tackle that insecurity head on. So the fact that you called her mid, I'm using that example, I don't know if that's the case again. The fact that you called her mid might have triggered something. You might have touched the sore spot on her. Maybe she doesn't like being called mid. So that's why I hate, again, this is gonna be a grand scheme of thing. I'm not talking about this one in particular. I'm just using an example. This is why I hate when guys are like, yeah, I don't know why you're so sad. I'm coming from a logical perspective. I'm giving you my logical viewpoint of the whole situation. Why are you mad? I'm being logical here. Like, buddy, yeah, cool. Like, logic is swag. It's swag money. But like sometimes what you consider logic is not necessarily needed, man. Sometimes you need some compassion. Sometimes you need some empathy and understanding how the other person feels. Cause like the fact that you're coming at this from a logical standpoint doesn't mean it hurts any less, you know? Cause like let me talk about this situation for a second, right? Cause like maybe the reason why she's hurt by it is not because she was insecure about it. Maybe because it was the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. Cause think about it, the amount of hate, death threat that she has received on a daily basis, and on top of that, one of the founding fathers of the brand that hired her is talking crap about her. Of course she gonna wild out a little bit. She might snap and say something that she may or may not regret. And I will say, to wrap this part up, everyone was like dogging on Grace for crying for no reason. Like, why is she crying? He's coming from a logical standpoint. Why is she getting so much? I will say, I feel like Grace probably in the back of of her mind thought this was gonna be like some PR stunt. They thought they were gonna get together, chop it up, you know, laugh, giggle together, apologize to one another, you know, find some common ground, and then they was gonna move on from that. So maybe that's why she called him a terrible person. She was open to accepting his apology and apologizing to one another and moving on, but she didn't get that sense from FaZe Rain that was gonna happen, so she just released all how she was feeling. But hey, that's my hypothesis. Take it with a grain of salt. Alright, to wrap up this video, I just want to update you guys by saying that if you go on her Twitter account, the word FaZe is removed out of her bio. So as of right now, she's not a member of FaZe by her Twitter account. Which I'm happy to see that she took her chance, because you know, before she left, she said, hey, if you post this video, I'm gonna be leaving FaZe. Which, by the way, kind of funny. She said that statement to someone that actually wants you to leave FaZe. You had that man running to the computer, ready to upload that video. But besides that, man, yeah, I'm happy that she's taking this chance to actually leave FaZe, man, because quite frankly, let's be honest here. What good has come out of her joining FaZe? She's got nothing but hate, nothing but death threats. One of the founders of the brand that hired her is dogging on her. Like, there has been nothing good to come out of Grace joining FaZe for both parties. Hopefully Grace doesn't return to FaZe and she's able to go do her own done diddly and get back to her own peace of mind, because if she enters back into this realm, this toxic situation, this toxic environment, oh no, I'm gonna be worried about her well-being.